Hi, I'm Rich Harvey. Where will property prices be in 20 years' time? Looking 20 years ahead can seem like a stretch too far, but one of the most common regrets I hear is this: I wish I'd got into the property market sooner. "20 years ago, the median value of an Australian house was just over $300,000. Today, in 2023, the national median house value sits at $900,000. This means the typical Australian property owner has enjoyed a capital growth rate of around 7.5% per annum. So, where will property prices be in 2043? Using actual sales data from the last 25 years, I've extrapolated the average rate of growth to determine that the median house price in 2043 in Sydney will be just over $5 million, in Melbourne just over $3.5 million, in Brisbane $3.3 million, Canberra $3.8 million, and Perth $2.2 million. Now, if we push the timeline out to 25 years, the results are even more astounding. Sydney's median house price could be $7.9 million, Melbourne could be $5.5 million, Brisbane $5 million, Canberra $6.5 million, and Perth $3 million. When you hear these figures, I'm sure one of your reactions could be, wow, how are my kids ever going to get into the property market? Or, oh my gosh, there's no way I'll be able to retire at 60. Or, how will anyone be able to afford to buy a house without an inheritance? Or maybe you're thinking, that's good news, I've got plenty of equity in my home. Or maybe you're thinking, I should recycle my equity into another investment property. Or finally, maybe it's time to sell and downsize. While these figures may appear large and unrelatable, you only need to think back to when the price of petrol was 30 cents a litre and a loaf of bread was 20 cents. Price inflation creeps up on everything in the economy. In fact, property is a great hedge against inflation, as it's always outperformed the inflation rate to provide a real return. So, what's driving future property price increases? Firstly, we have a massive migration wave into Australia, rapidly swelling our population, which is a major factor driving property prices higher. Australia is a highly desirable destination and will continue to attract new migrants. Secondly, we have a chronic undersupply situation in Australia. We're simply not building enough dwellings each year to satisfy ongoing demand. The federal government has recently announced an ambitious plan to build over 1 million properties over the next 5 years. But complex planning regulations at the state level will slow down the rate of dwelling approvals, meaning supply will continue to be constricted and that target unachievable. So how should we respond to future property price increases? It's been said procrastination is the thief of time. It robs you of your ability to build real wealth through property ownership. The longer you delay the purchasing decision, the longer it takes to catch up. There's no point waiting till you've completely paid off the mortgage, the kids have left home, to then start thinking about investing. Investing during your 30s, your 40s and your 50s can set you up for a very healthy retirement. It's so much easier when you've got a reasonable borrowing capacity and at least a decade ahead of you to see decent capital growth take place. I'm Rich Harvey, thanks for watching.